Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyanI, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys? It's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 264 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out, and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with GamerSupps, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the description where you can go to their store page, and you can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your purchases. I also want to say, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any brand new mods each and every single week. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods. And starting us off, we have a simple magic mod called Staff Enhanced Magicka. Now the mod page reads that Staff Enhanced Magicka gives you extra magicka whenever wielding a staff, so that pure mages have a reason to equip them now. The magic bonus starts at 50 and then scales up to 150 whenever you reach level 40. It should also work with any other mods that add staves, but only if they have the right keywords, which most of them do, and it also doesn't conflict with any other staff, magic, or perk overhauls. It simply just uses its own hidden perk and can be used alongside almost any mod. Now, although this is a very small change and it comes in at a very small memory space, coming in at 2.85 kilobytes, the mod creators always thought that playing with a staff kind of felt gimmicky at best. And they're absolutely right. And they also know that there's mods out there like Valkyrie, which actually enhance the gameplay element drastically, but they figured why not add a little bonus effect for whenever you're wielding the staff. Also, extra magicka couldn't hurt, especially those for higher tier spells, and if you're playing a true mage, you're going to need all the magicka that you can possibly get. So now you can consider using a staff now to actually be used as a conduit to focus your arcane prowess. And the mod creator's absolutely right there, you know, using a staff, even in my mage load order whenever I was testing that, of course I used a staff here and there just to see if they worked properly and didn't conflict with anything there, but during my whole mage playthrough I was pretty much just using spells the whole time, because personally whenever I play as a mage I just use regular spells and no staves, but that might actually change now, because now using a staff has a great benefit. You get an extra 50 magicka, and then whenever you start leveling up you'll start to get more and more magicka, and then it scales up to 100, then 150, so it's always going to be getting better. So that would definitely be something I would add to a mage load order if you're looking for more magicka out there, because a lot of the spell mods out there that, you know, make very powerful spells also cost a lot of magicka too, so you're going to need all the magicka that you could possibly get. And that's exactly what this mod allows you to do, so that's definitely why Staff Enhanced Magicka comes in at our number 5 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it and adding it to your next mage playthrough for yourself. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have another magic mod called Witchhunter Spells and Prayers Pack. Now this mod adds over 75 new lore-friendly, balanced, and unique spells and powers designed to be used in conjunction with weaponry. Spells added to this pack are mapped to the power button, opening up new possibilities for nearly every playstyle, while still granting skill XP for those respective schools. Now where you can buy these spells, you can buy them the same way that you buy any other spells at existing merchants. As you can see, I purchased a bunch from Farengar and Whiterun. Just like spells in the base game, the higher level ones will only become available after your skill with a given school of magicka is high enough. You can check in at the mages at the College of Winterhold for the highest level spells in the game and this mod. Now, like I said, this mod features over 75 new spells and prayers that you can access once you start leveling up in the different respective schools, and I absolutely love these because you can combine 2 together. So if you pray at a certain shrine, or you have the actual prayer enchantment on your character and you use it as a power, you'll get an extra buff, and then you can quickly switch over to a different one and use it as well, giving you so many more buffs whenever you enter combat. But also, you can actually enchant your weapons without fully enchanting them at an enchanting station. And what I mean by this is you have an augmentation spell that you can purchase now from any of the people throughout that sell spell tomes, and once this augmentation spell is activated, whether it be fire, frost, or shock, if you're wielding an unenchanted weapon, it'll enchant the weapon with the actual spell power that you used. So as you can see in this little showcase here, I added a flame enchantment to my sword for over 30 seconds and just completely wreaked havoc at Robber's Gorge. And then whenever I travel to different places throughout Skyrim and I'm killing enemies, I end up using shock, frost, and more. Now of course this mod would be perfect for any mage who's looking to completely expand their arsenal of spells out there because it adds over 75 like I said, but I also feel as though this mod would be perfect for any other build that you may have, whether it be a two-handed warrior, one-handed, an archer, pretty much any playstyle that you have, this mod will fit in because you can level up those respective skills because you could just activate the augmentation spell whenever you're using your bow and you'll still level up your archery. Same if you're using a two-handed weapon, you'll level up that skill, and then if you have other things such as a one-handed weapon, or if you're just running around using daggers, you can still get one-handed up that way. There's so many possibilities whenever it comes to combining different types of spells and different types of prayers and powers within this mod, and I absolutely love that. So if you're trying to make a mage, or maybe just an all-around character, or any other character that you could possibly think of in Skyrim, I would strongly recommend adding the Witchhunter Spells and Prayers pack to that next list because this mod is phenomenal because of how much it adds into the game and how low of memory space it is too, coming in at 143.01 kilobytes. And that's definitely why this mod's featured here at a number 4 spot this week, so I'd recommend downloading it and adding it to your load order as well. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have a brand new player home that's also a dungeon that you have to dive into and complete a quest in order to claim it as your own. This is Lakvan's Stronghold, Shadowkey Dungeon and Player Home. And the mod page reads, you can battle your way through Lakvan's Stronghold and claim it as your own. This is a fully voiced experience with references to the Elder Scrolls Travel Shadowkey. And Lakvan's Stronghold is a dungeon and player home located near the border crossing between High Rock and Skyrim, and it's occupied by a clan of powerful and bloodthirsty marauders. Feared for the cruelty and gall, for the stronghold is extremely defensible, and no band of lawmen have yet to be able to threaten the denizens. Now in terms of size, this dungeon is comparatively short. The place consists of just 5 cells, those being the Grand Hall or Throne Room with a walkway and kitchen, and underground with a cellar, barracks, and prison, the courtyard, the blacksmith's house, and the Lord's Chambers that has 2 noble bedrooms, a dining area, a personal kitchen, and a steward's quarters. This mod is a challenging dungeon for mid-level characters, but it can be attempted at any level. It's also fully voiced with a quest with multiple endings, has scripted encounters that are approachable by any playstyle, you can get a free follower if you make the right choices, it has a convenient blacksmith in the courtyard that you can use, it also has a highly detailed design while staying true to vanilla Skyrim principles, and features all of the usual amenities that you'd find in a player home. All of the smithing furniture, including a smelter, ovens and cooking pots, alchemy and enchanting tables, and lots of non-respawning storage. Now to actually get started with the quest that allows you to dive into this mod, you simply just have to find the stronghold itself and walk up to the front door. There'll be an injured man leaning there against a rock cairn, and you simply just have to speak to him and then bring him a potion to heal his wounds. Then you can help kill everyone inside together, in which case he follows you into the stronghold, or you can ask him to stay behind too. Once you enter, you'll get ambushed and you'll have to clear everyone out on the inside, and once finished, he'll be able to clean up the entire player home, and you can actually have him as a follower as well, and then the quest is completed. So it is a very short quest where you just dive into this little dungeon and kill a bunch of enemies and actually take back the stronghold, but you get a nice player home out of it. And this is something that I really like to see in player homes, where you actually get rewarded for completing it, and there's actually a quest that allows you to complete it instead of it just being a house mod that just gives you a house with no other lore behind it or any type of obtaining it or any purchasing required. So if you're looking for a brand new player home and this kind of fits your style of the character that you have, then Lakvan's Stronghold, the Shadowkey Dungeon and Player Home, is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out. So go download it and become the proud new owner of this stronghold for yourself. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have a brand new medieval armor pack that transforms most of the armors throughout Skyrim. This is the Total War Armoury Overhaul. And the mod page reads that the goal of this mod is to replace every single armor and weapon in the game to make it feel more realistic and have a medieval style. This mod is inspired by other mod authors who have created medieval replacers, and this is the mod creator's take on the style. Currently, this mod replaces the hide and studded armor, the leather, the scale and scale horned armor, iron and iron banded, steel and steel variant, steel plate and fur armor, as well as the companion's armor. Moving on to the Civil War armors, they cover the Stormcloaks, the Stormcloak officers, the Hold Guards, the Imperials, and Tullius, and then there's also new sets such as the Hold Jarls, Ulfric armor, Galmor armor, and the Solitude Hero set. And the future update goal of this mod is to add in the rest of the crafting sets, replace the unique weapons and armors, add sets for vanilla, playable, and unplayable factions, and start working on bandit group sets. So this is very much a mod in its early stages, but there's already so much here, and I can't wait to see more updates be added to this mod. And we've been seeing so many medieval mods be either ported or created and uploaded to the mod page here recently, and I absolutely love to see that. And as you can see by this little showcase that I'm doing here, there's a ton of new armors that you'll be able to find for yourself, as well as see whenever you travel to every single different city in Skyrim. Every guard will be completely different, all the Jarls look completely different, and then the regular NPCs that just already have armor on will look different as well. I think this is a great take on the medieval style whenever it comes to adding a bunch of different armors and weapons into the game and completely overhauling everything within it. So even though this mod's in its early stages and there is a lot of armor already added into the game, but it doesn't cover truly every single piece of armor, I still would recommend downloading this mod and giving it a try for yourself, because there's so many that I can't even showcase here because there's so much in terms of, you know, the different types of armor, the combinations that you can use, and what you can make your character look like, and just this whole medieval style I really enjoy testing in Skyrim, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at a number 2 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Total War Armory Overhaul. Coming in at the number 1 spot this week, we have an absolutely massive mod that takes up so much space, but it's completely worth it because this is like an entirely new DLC added to Skyrim. This is the Elder Scrolls V Middle-earth Redone Parts 1 and 2. It comes in 2 separate mods, one coming in at over 800 megabytes and the other one coming in at over 250, and these mods combined add the popular world of Middle-earth from Lord of the Rings to your Skyrim game, with plenty of locations to explore. So far there's Moira, Mirkwood, Lothlorien, Rohan, Shire, Bree, Weathertop, the Misty Mountains, the Paths of the Dead, and Anduin Valley. Once the mod is installed correctly, you can find 2 spells at Farengar and Whiterun, or you can travel to the west of Skyrim to a new location, the Lord of the Rings World Choice. And this is like a little hub world that allows you to travel to every single location that's added within this mod, and there's so much to cover here. So let's do a little tour of some of the locations that you can travel to within Middle-earth so that you can see them for yourself. Now, as you can see, this mod is absolutely amazing. There's so much to do, craft, and explore, and this is pretty much a huge Lord of the Rings DLC added into Skyrim, and the only true way to see it is to download it and add it to your load order as well, and explore these brand new vast areas for yourself, and meet all the new NPCs, get all the new items, and just explore these vast areas for yourself. And this is definitely why this mod's featured here at a number 1 spot this week, so I would strongly recommend downloading the Elder Scrolls V Middle-earth Redone Parts 1 and 2 and trying this mod out for yourself, because it's absolutely amazing. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.